Welcome to another episode of Optics Trade Debates. My name is Theodore.
I'm Andrash.
Today we are going to talk about the differences between red dot sights and prism scopes. We receive a lot of emails where customers are asking what is better, why should I use the red dot, why should I use the prism scope, and Andrash today will help me to get some clarification about this matter. So Andrash, if I ask you just what is the main purpose of those two different optical devices?
So here we have prism scopes and here we have red dot sights. Now these are both used for CQB or with other words for close quarter battles.
Mm-hmm.
Now the fact that this is actually two different concepts for a very similar purpose.
So two different devices, but basically for almost the same purpose. Yeah,
that's right.
And what are the main differences? If I check the size and weight, they look more or like the same.
Yeah, if we talk about size and weight, these are pretty much on the same level, except for reflex red dot sights, which are much more compact, much smaller, as you can see. Other than that, pretty much the same.
As far as I know, this reflex red dot sights are the smallest optical optical equipment that we sell. What about the magnification? We know the red dot sights are magnification power 1, so they are without magnification. What about the prism scopes?
Yeah, Theodore, as you said, these operate all on 1 times magnification, meaning that you can use them with both eyes open without problems. And here we have prism scopes that can be either powered by a 1 times magnification, 3 times magnification, 4 times, 5 times, even 6 times in some cases.
So basically, if we are talking about completely the same purpose, then we have to look at any red dot sight, because they all have power 1, but only those prism scopes which have power 1 will act very similarly for CQB.
Meaning that you can use only prism scopes with 1 times magnification with both eyes open. This doesn't apply to other magnification.
Yes. Okay, so if we go the other aspect, the reticle. I know that the reticles are much different in red dots. Well, in red dots there is no reticle, it's only a dot floating in the field of view. What about with prism scopes?
With prism scopes, there is you get a reticle that is etched onto the glass. And this has many advantages. When a reticle is etched into the glass, if the battery dies, you can still see the reticle. That is not the case with red dot sights. If the battery powers off, you don't see anything, so the dot powers off. Additionally, with prism scopes, you often get a bullet drop compensation reticle for specific calibers. For example, 2-3 Remington or 308 Winchester. So you get a reticle with the holdover points underneath, which makes it easier for the shooter to shoot. I don't know, even at longer distances.
Basically, red dot sights are for close quarter or for close range, while prism scopes can go from close range also to medium range.
Yeah, the BDC reticle allows this. Also, while we're talking about BDC, some prism scopes also come with a BDC turret, which also
I see it here.
With this
adjust the turret
for a medium to a bit longer range shooting.
Yeah, not really
long range, but longer than red dot sights.
Yeah, of course. With red dot sights, you're more or less limited to 100 meters, let's say, or even less. With a BDC turret or BDC reticle, you can go out to 300, 400, maybe even 500 meters with prism scopes.
That's right.
The illumination in both can be in 2 colors. I know that in prism scopes it's quite common to have a red color and green color.
Yes.
With red dots, this trend is now coming onto the stage, especially with Hosan Elite, and also Meprolite is producing new M5s with a green illumination. What is the main reason that everybody is going into green illumination if there was more common to have red illumination until now?
Yeah, many shooters have complained that they're having problems with seeing the red color. So the manufacturers of optics of prism scopes of red dot sights have answered that problem by providing the option of choosing between red and green illumination. And if the user who has problems seeing the red color switches to green illumination, that problem often disappears. So this is actually a way of solving that problem, because approximately 20% of shooters are said to have this problem.
I had a similar debate on Night Force stand, I think 2 years ago or 3 years ago, because they have tactical scopes with green illumination. I asked why, and they said, yeah, about 20% of people is color blind, so green illumination solves that problem because you can either choose red or green. And you
so in all fields of optics, they're moving to this trend, even as you said,
red dots at the moment.
with
prism scopes, this trend was already it's quite common. It was already common in the past. So, if we go to basics, what are the main advantages of prism scopes compared to red dots?
Yes. So the main advantages. Let's go to the ones we already pointed out. So the advantage is that you get a reticle. With red dot sights, you don't have a reticle, and actually the reticle is etched into the glass. If the battery dies, you can still see the reticle.
Okay.
Furthermore, you have a reticle that has holdover points, meaning for bullet drop compensation. All of these have a reticle. Some also additionally come with a BDC turret, which is another plus. Then moving on, you also have a diopter setting. With red dot sights, people that have astigmatism often complain,
the error of the eye.
The error of the eye. They often complain that the definition of the red dot is like shaped like a star. So
I'm a person like this. I always see a star, not a nice rounded dot.
Yeah.
So the prism scopes would work better for me because I would be able to adjust
the diopter to fit your eye, fit your eyesight. What's more is that it also comes with option of. Frequently, it comes with the option of choosing between red and green. So the people who have problems seeing the red color can now set the illumination green, and it also always comes with an integrated mount underneath. So
and it can be bought with magnification.
It can be bought with magnification. It can be bought with 1 times, but it can also be bought with 3 times, 4 times, or.
Okay, so basically, the main reticle works even with battery dies. Reticle has holdover points.
That's right.
Some of them have bullet drop turrets, integrated mount, and really important feature, the optic compensation for all those who have astigmatism or any kind of other error with their eye. It will be easier for them to adjust the prism scope than red dot sights. What are the advantages of red dot sights? Because I know that they.
Yeah, the main advantages of the red dot sights are as follows. The first one is that they offer unlimited eye box and eye relief, so wherever you look at, you're always on target.
So with the prism scope, you always have to be in a sweet spot. So you have to be in the eye box, which is much smaller. If you're too far away, too close away, you lose the image, and if you go outside of the optical axis, again the image is gone. With the red dot, you can have it anywhere, and you can still use it. And
now that we're talking about this is also much better for rapid target acquisition, because you can look from anywhere. It allows you to get on target faster, quicker, and
even if you're not holding the rifle in the completely correct position, you can still see the red dot, you can still shoot. With this, you have to come into the perfect position to get your eye into the sweet spot, into the center of the eye box to get the image. So this is a really major advantage of red dots. On really close range, you're much faster with the red dot.
If we move on to the next point, so the red dot sights are also usually much smaller and more compact, especially the reflex red dot sights, such as this one made by Doctor. So much smaller than
even this one.
Even this one, and it's also easier to use them with both eyes open. This is the problem that we already discussed. Because of the rapid target acquisition, you also much easier. So if we compare 1 times magnification on both, it's easier to use a red dot sight with 1 times magnification than a prism scope with 1 times magnification, because of its nature.
Okay, so if I do a short summary, why should a user choose prism scope, and why and when should it choose the red dot sight?
For people with astigmatism, so with the error on the eye, we would recommend a prism scope, because you can set diopter. Furthermore, if you have problems seeing the red color, you can switch the illumination in green and solve that problem. Also, if you are planning on shooting on a little bit longer distances than you would with a traditional red dot sight, we would still recommend the prism scope because it has a reticle with hollower lines. Some have a BDC turret. These allow to shoot a little bit longer, further distances. For all other applications, we would still recommend a classic standard red dot sights such as these here.
Andras, thank you very much. This was really informative. I hope that Andras answered most of the questions. If anything was left out, please use comments. We will get back to you with a reply. If you like the video, please subscribe. Bye.
Bye. Take care.